Ever found yourself, in that situation at work where you absolutely know the answer, maybe even the best answer,
Oh, definitely.
but you hesitate? You wonder, okay, how do I actually say this without stepping on someone's toes?
Yeah, it's a classic workplace dilemma, isn't it?
It really is that sort of internal tug of war between wanting to shine and just, well, navigating the office politics. It feels like there's a secret handbook sometimes.
Right. One they don't give you during onboarding.
Exactly. Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. Today, we're doing a deep dive into some really fascinating ideas from a source called Laws of Power and Influence, Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this isn't about manipulation, let's be clear. It's more about understanding maybe the unspoken rules, how influence actually works in places with, hierarchies.
It offers principles,
Yeah.
really ways to navigate these dynamics more strategically,
Yeah.
understanding the human element involved.
Right. So for this deep dive, we're pulling out one key principle, a foundational one, actually. Our mission, really, is to break down the important bits for you listening, help you grasp these sometimes complex dynamics without getting overwhelmed.
And maybe offer some surprising insights along the way.
Yeah, exactly. Give you some tools, not just abstract theories, things you can think about, maybe even try out.
That's good. So what's the first law we're looking at?
Okay, so the first one we're hitting today, and it's pretty foundational, is never outshine the master.
Ah, that one. It sounds almost archaic, doesn't it?
It does, a little old-fashioned maybe, but when you dig into it, there's a lot of, well, strategic wisdom packed in there that feels super relevant even now.
Yeah, what's fascinating, I think, is how direct the guidance is from the source material on this.
Oh.
It says pretty clearly, at work, don't make your boss look bad in front of others, even if you know more.
Wow, okay. Blunt.
Right. And it adds, instead, make them feel secure. It cuts right to the chase about ego and status, doesn't it?
It really does. It acknowledges that maybe logic isn't always the most powerful force in the room.
Precisely. Perceived status and security often play a huge role.
So here's where it gets, really interesting for me. Because, on the surface, it sounds like you should hold back.
Mm-hmm.
Like dim your own light a bit. And that feels so counterintuitive if you're trying to get ahead, right? Isn't showing competence the way up?
That's the common assumption, yeah.
But you're saying it's more nuanced than that. It's digging into the psychology of people in charge.
Exactly. It's understanding that competence alone, presented the wrong way, might not get you where you want to go. It's about how you show that competence.
Hmm.
And if you link this to the bigger picture, it really taps into a fundamental human need, particularly for leaders.
Hmm.
The need to feel competent and in control.
Okay.
Leaders often feel immense pressure to appear capable. And here's a kind of surprising fact from psychology.
Yeah.
Research shows that when someone feels their status or competence is threatened, it can actually trigger a primitive brain response. Think amygdala, fight or flight.
Wow. Okay, so it's biological almost.
In a way, yes. It makes it almost impossible for them to rationally take in feedback or, see your brilliance as helpful in that moment.
So even if your intentions are good.
Right. If you inadvertently make a leader feel insecure or diminish their authority, consciously or not, it can trigger those defensive walls.
Yeah.
It stops being about the idea and starts being about their perceived standing.
That reframes it completely. It's not just about manners, it's about deep human wiring.
Exactly. Which then raises that big question for anyone listening. How do you show your value, your expertise, without accidentally positioning yourself as a threat?
Yeah, how do you manage that?
It's a delicate balance, but mastering it, that can really open doors.
Okay, so let's make this practical. What does this actually mean for your day-to-day at work?
Right.
Think about, team meetings, or maybe you're giving a presentation, or even just a casual chat where you could jump in with a correction or a better idea. How do you apply this law? How do you make sure your input helps the whole effort and makes your boss or whoever's in charge look good? Can you give us some concrete examples?
Absolutely. Let's walk through a couple of common scenarios. Imagine you're in a team meeting. Your boss puts an idea out there. It's okay, but you genuinely think you have a stronger approach.
Okay, happens all the time.
Right. Your first instinct might be, point out the flaws. Then, bam, here's my brilliant solution.
Yeah, tempting. Show them how it's done.
But if you do that, what happens? You've probably just made them feel defensive, maybe even a little embarrassed.
Right, you've outshone them.
Exactly. Instead, try framing your idea as building on theirs. Maybe say something like, that's a really interesting starting point. Building on your idea about X, I was wondering if we could maybe add Y. It might achieve Z even more effectively using the momentum you've already created.
Ah, I see. So you're connecting it back to them.
Precisely. You make it collaborative. Your idea gets heard, but it's positioned as an enhancement of their vision, not a rejection of it. Their success and your idea become linked.
That's clever. Less I'm right, you're wrong, and more let's build this together. Okay, what about a trickier one? What if they make a small mistake in public, like in front of clients or senior management?
Oof, yeah. That's walking on eggshells territory,
Well,
isn't it?
totally. You want to fix it, but you don't want to cause embarrassment.
So this is where discretion is absolutely key. The last thing you want to do is correct them right then and there, highlighting the mistake for everyone. That breeds resentment.
Okay, so what do you do?
You find a private moment. Later, maybe a quick chat afterwards, or a carefully worded email or message. Something like, hey, just reviewing the figures for Project Z and I noticed a small detail on line 3. Might be worth a quick double check before it goes wider. Just wanted to flag it.
Gentle, non-accusatory.
Exactly. You make it about the data, about accuracy, not about their mistake. You protect their image. And they're far more likely to appreciate it and actually fix it because you haven't put them on the spot.
And I guess that builds trust for the future, too.
Massively. Think about it. Leaders who feel undermined, even subtly, are statistically less likely to champion you later on. They might not give you those stretch assignments or advocate for your promotion.
So being discreet actually helps your career long-term?
It really can. It's playing the long game.
That makes sense. It also makes me think about giving credit. You know, sometimes you heavily shape an idea, but maybe attributing it upwards is part of this, like saying, building on the boss's vision, even if you did most of the building.
That's a crucial piece, yes. And it's subtle, but very effective.
How so?
When you give credit upwards, even generously, you're not just being nice, you're actively reinforcing their position, making them look good. And when the boss looks good, the whole team tends to look good. It reflects well on everyone, including you, the person enabling that success. It's not flattery, it's like strategic reinforcement.
Strategic reinforcement. I like that.
It builds trust. They see you as an ally, someone who gets the social landscape of the organization, someone they can rely on not to try and pull the rug out from under them.
I can definitely see the logic and how it builds that crucial trust, but I know what some listeners might be thinking. I'm thinking it too.
Go on.
Isn't there a risk here? If you're constantly deferring, constantly giving credit away, don't you risk, well, being overlooked? Doesn't your own brand get diluted? People might start thinking your ideas were the bosses all along.
That's a really fair point.
Yeah.
A very valid concern. And this is where the nuance is just critical.
Right.
This law isn't saying be invisible or don't have great ideas. It's about the delivery. It's about how you shine. The distinction is in the intent and the time frame. Are you aiming for a quick burst of individual glory right now, or are you investing in long-term influence?
Investing in influence.
Yeah. And ironically, making your boss feel secure and look successful often makes you indispensable. Your value gets tied directly to their success, which you're actively enabling.
So it's not self-sacrifice, it's strategic self-interest.
You could frame it that way. It's achieving your goals by seemingly putting theirs first. Think about it. When you consistently make your superior look good, a couple of things tend to happen.
Okay.
First, they trust you more. They start seeking your input privately because they know you're not trying to score points off them.
Right, you become a trusted advisor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And second, your quiet competence, your strategic support. It often does get noticed, maybe not by everyone immediately, but by others higher up who see the results, who see an effective team, an effective leader, enabled by you.
So the recognition might come just maybe indirectly or later?
Often, yes. You build this reputation as someone who makes things work, who manages up effectively. That kind of reputation can actually accelerate your career much more powerfully than just being the smartest person who alienates their boss.
So it's less about being unseen and more about being seen as the crucial support, the power behind the throne, maybe.
That's a good way to think about it. It's a significant shift in perspective, isn't it?
It really is. But, okay, what about the extreme case? What if the boss is making a genuinely bad mistake? Something that could seriously harm the project or the team?
Yeah, that's different.
Does never outshine mean you just stay quiet and let disaster happen?
Excellent question. And no, absolutely not. This is where ethical responsibility comes in. Never outshine the master. Doesn't mean never speak truth to power.
Okay, good.
It means speak it strategically. If there's a critical error, something with real negative consequences, You have a responsibility to address it.
But the how still matters.
The how is everything. You approach them privately. You come prepared with facts, not accusations. You frame it as a shared problem, a shared concern for success. I was looking at X, and I got worried about the potential impact of Y. I wondered if maybe considering Z could help us avoid that risk.
So offer solutions, not just problems. Come as a partner.
Precisely. And if you've already built that foundation of trust, if you've consistently made them feel secure using these other tactics,
They're more likely to listen.
much more likely, your warning carries weight because you're seen as a loyal supporter. You're not someone just trying to prove them wrong. You're spending the relational capital you've built.
That makes a lot of sense. So the real essence here, it sounds like, is shifting your mindset, moving away from pure competition.
Right. That feeling you have to be the smartest person in every room.
Yeah. And moving towards like strategic support, focusing on long-term influence, where the goal isn't just being right, but making sure your good ideas actually get heard, get acted on, and lead to good outcomes for everyone involved.
Exactly that. And when the team and your boss succeed because of your strategically delivered input, your value becomes undeniable. It just might not be shouted from the rooftops in that exact moment.
It's definitely a long game strategy, requires some self-awareness, some emotional control maybe.
It certainly does. Prioritizing that long-term influence over the immediate buzz of being right is a powerful mental shift.
Okay, so as we start to wrap up this deep dive on never outshine the master, the big takeaway isn't about hiding your talent, is it?
Not at all.
It's more like a sophisticated way to wield influence, understanding the playground you're on and how to move effectively within it.
Yeah, it's acknowledging the power dynamics are real and navigating them smartly can actually help you, not hinder you.
It helps you get things done.
Ultimately, this law, as presented in our source, suggests that real power, lasting influence, it's often built subtly, not through confrontation, not by constantly proving you're superior,
Just by reinforcing others.
by reinforcing strategically those above you, making yourself indispensable because you make them feel more capable, more secure. That's how you earn their trust, their support.
It's working with the human ego, not fighting against it.
You got it. Working with it for mutual benefit.
So for everyone listening, maybe the next time you've got that brilliant idea or you spot that error in a meeting, just pause for a second. Ask yourself, okay, how can I frame this so my boss, my lead, whoever, actually looks even better? How can my light sort of reflect off them instead of blinding them?
What words can you choose? What timing?
Right. How do you ensure the contribution lands well, is appreciated, not just heard? It's a really powerful thing to experiment with, I think. Could change how your ideas are received entirely.
It really could. And it leaves us with a final, maybe provocative thought for you to mull over.
Oh.
If doing this actively supporting, strategically elevating your master is actually a key to influence, a key to getting things done, how might mastering this subtle art actually speed up your own career? How might it bring you more recognition, more power in the long run than just trying to outshine everyone directly?
That's interesting. Building trust and partnership is the faster route.
Think about those ripple effects. What doors might that kind of trust open for you that maybe direct competition wouldn't? Something you can consider.